I have tried to film this video 3 times now, I think, and something always comes up, and I realized that I need to put up an update about what happened, unfortunately, so that we can all just move on and get excited about cycle 3. So, by the title of this video, you probably know now that we had a chemical pregnancy. I miscarried on, I was 4 weeks and 5 days, I think, when it started, or maybe I was 4 weeks and 4 days. Real quick, I will just talk about it briefly. I knew it was gonna happen. And I say that mostly because I felt it in my gut. I felt it from the second I got those first positive pregnancy tests. I just never was able to connect with this pregnancy. It didn't seem right. It felt like something was wrong from the beginning. It just didn't seem to add up in my head, and a lot of this is just hokey. You know, I'm sure a lot of women feel like shock and disbelief when they get a positive pregnancy test, but I also believe a woman's intuition is a sixth sense. So I was very cautious about feeling excited about the pregnancy to begin with. If you haven't seen my live pregnancy test videos, I'll put the links to them below in the description box if you care to watch them at all. But anyway, so I got my first positive on 13 DPO, then I tested again later that afternoon after like an enormously long urine hold, and I got another set of positive tests. And then on 14 DPO, I tested with a clear blue 6 days sooner test, along with a couple of the cheaper strip tests, and they came out vaguely darker than the ones I got the day before, so I thought everything was going good. But then on 15 DPO, which was last Saturday, the day before Easter, I took another set of tests using first morning urine, and the lines were not darker than they were on 13 DPO. And as you know, HCG should double every 48 hours, and so those lines should have been at least somewhat darker, and they weren't. So that was my first kind of clue. But I did another urine hold. I will put the video to the situation here right now, but I took a digital test later that afternoon during a family Easter dinner lunch thing, just because I felt like I needed the reassurance because I was already not feeling too good about things. Macy, can you say hey? Oh no, that's my salad. Look, she just grabs a fistful of spinach and eats it. So I'll put that video here right now. I'm at an Easter celebration at a family's house, and I'm taking a digital test. Here in Sweden, they have the ones that tell you how many weeks. I thought they had been discontinued, but they haven't. Ah, son of a bitch. The directions say to dip it for 20 seconds, exactly. I guess now we just wait. There are so many people here, and they're all just outside the door. Show up within 3 minutes. I don't know how much time has passed, but we've got to be close. Oh my God. It's official. So I let myself get excited. I thought it was a really good sign that I was getting a positive on a digital, because I was always told that digital pregnancy tests required 50 MIU per milliliter of HCG in your body Turns out after I read the instructions, that test was a 25 MIU per milliliter test. So if I was getting a positive on my WANFO test strips, I would have gotten a positive on the digital.
What's the matter? Kan du säga hej, hej? Missy, var är ditt hår? There it is. Var är din mage?
There it is. Oh, there's your tummy. This is my first love. Mwah. But anyway, I let myself get excited after I got that positive digital, and I really did think that maybe we had something viable. I was starting to feel a little bit of like blah and fatigue. You want some? Oh, you want a carrot maybe? Yeah? And I thought things were going in the right direction, but then on April Fool's Day, Easter Sunday, I was 16 DPO. My basal body temperature sunk. And I did Google a little bit, and I saw a bunch of viable pregnancy BBT charts in the Fertility Friend like chart bank that did have like a big dip in the beginning and then, you know, like went back up or leveled out, but I just knew it in my heart. I knew the signs weren't good. The fact that my lines weren't getting darker. Oh, and also I took some strip tests that morning and another clear blue 6 days sooner pregnancy test. And I compared it to the tests that I took 48 hours prior, and they were lighter. So I knew at 16 DPO, which was 4 plus 2, that I was going to miscarry. I just knew it. But we tried to hold on to a little bit of hope. And then I got through Monday. My temperature didn't drop anymore, but it was not going up. And my line tests got even lighter on the morning of Monday, 17 DPO. And then on Tuesday, which was 2 days ago, like how could I even have a second child? I can't even control one. On 17 DPO, I started to bleed. Like, it was basically just a really bad period. You know, I bled maybe twice as much as I normally do. The cramps weren't anything bad. They were just normal. Oh, gosh. So, here, you want a carrot? Yeah?
Titta Missy, varsågod. Vill du ha denna? Varsågod. Duktig tjej.
This video is starting to get long, I think, so I'm just gonna end it now. It was not a bad situation. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I intuitively felt that it wasn't going to be a viable pregnancy from the very beginning, and this kind of thing happens. This is sort of what we accept could happen when we try to conceive, and that's why we get really excited with positive pregnancy tests, and then we say, pray for a sticky bean, because so many pregnancies end early. Mother Nature is doing her job to make sure that everything is perfect, and I can only be grateful for that. I'm also grateful to know that, you know, my husband's sperm works and my eggs work. I am ovulating. I can implant. So there you have it. We were going to skip this cycle, and I was just going to focus on school and let my body do its thing. But I talked to my husband, and he wants to try right away. So we are currently cycle day 4. I have not finished bleeding yet, but it's very, very light now. So hopefully in the next couple days, my body will have eliminated what it needed to eliminate. I don't know what to expect with my ovulation this cycle. Even though it was a very early miscarriage, I don't know if it's gonna mess up when I ovulate. I don't know if you guys can tell, my eye is twitching. It's really annoying. I don't know. I don't know when I should start taking OPKs. Who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen, so I guess stay tuned for that. But we're gonna do the same thing we did last cycle. We're gonna use pre-seed. He's still taking all of his vitamins. I've still taken all of my vitamins. 2 things that I've done differently. Actually, I'm going to do 3 things differently this cycle that I'll share right now. I ran out of my L-arginine supplement, which, as I wrote on my Instagram page, is an essential amino acid. We need it daily in our diets, and it's mostly predominant in animal proteins, but you can take L-arginine supplements because it helps promote good circulation and it supports a healthy uterine lining. And so that's one of the things I take because I do have very light periods. So I want to make sure my endometrium is like fluffy and receptive to a little ego that wants to implant. So, But I ran out of those supplements. I was only taking 500 milligrams. So I got a new supplement, which I've put on my Instagram page, which is just an expat mommy in Sweden. That's my Insta handle. And it's double the dose. It's 1,000 milligrams. So I got that going. Wow. I also ordered gold maca root powder. I read that you want to get the gelatinized powder because it's more easily assimilated in your body, but I couldn't find it online. I could only find just like regular. And also, just FYI, there are 3 types of maca root. There's yellow, red, and black. Black supposedly is best to support male sperm count, but yellow is generally the best for male and female fertility. And you can read up on that online just by, Googling what's the differences between all the different maca roots. But I got the yellow maca root, and I'm taking a half dose just to start slow, which is a half teaspoon, which I just dissolve into whatever drink I'm drinking. It tastes, they describe it as tasting nutty. I kind of feel like it tastes like an overly toasted marshmallow. It's really good, actually. And then I'm also giving my husband a half teaspoon a day too, just to, throw some new stuff into the mix. And the last thing that I'm doing differently is I bought a very small vial of organic castor oil. And I thought that I would do castor oil packs this cycle. I'm kind of hesitant to do all these new things directly after a cycle where we did conceive. Part of me is kind of like I shouldn't try to fix maybe what's not broken. There's nothing you can do about a chemical pregnancy. It happens. It's, these things happen. But we did successfully conceive. So I don't really know if I should be rocking the boat too much by doing all these different things, but essentially a castor oil pack, you can look this up online, is you just take a rag, you kind of not soak it so that it's dripping, but you just get it really saturated with some castor oil. You place it on your belly, you cover it with saran wrap, or plastic bag, or just plastic, whatever. And then you put either a hot water bottle or a heating pad over it. And I think you just let it sit there while you lay down and relax for anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. I gotta look it up again. But that's supposed to help increase blood flow to the uterus and sort of detox and things like that. And you're only supposed to do it from the day your period ends up until ovulation. You don't want to do it outside of those parameters. So I'm going to do those things, and I think I might also try a self-fertility massage. I have a vial of bio oil left over from my last pregnancy, and basically it's the same thing. It's from the day your period ends up until the day you ovulate, I think. I still need to verify. And you just kind of massage your uterus or your uterine area. And that's, again, just to promote blood flow. So I think I will try those things just to, feel like I'm doing something useful with my time. But anyway, I think I'll start testing with OPKs starting on cycle day 6. So in 2 days. And we'll probably just start baby dancing every other day starting that day and just see what happens. I'm not going to force it this month. Not like I forced it last month, but I'm not going to be super oh, I hope we conceive, because I also know my body just went through something. So we will just have fun with it this cycle and see what happens. But stay tuned. I'll have an update video, I guess, at some point mid-cycle talking about where we are with the 2-week wait. And if you've had a chemical pregnancy recently and you're curious to know, how soon afterwards women ovulate, I'll make sure to share that information, because I honestly don't know when women ovulate after something like a chemical pregnancy. Like I said, it was super early, so I'm assuming my body's just gonna rebound and go right back to what it used to do, but you never know with hormones. The smallest change, could kind of set things off by a couple days. So we'll just have to wait and see. that's all for us. But thank you for watching. Thank you so much for all your wonderful comments and your support. I'm gonna put some pictures now. Just like random pictures I have on my camera roll because I have to delete them, but one of them is like a bump date I took at 4+1. One of them was me holding up my digital when it was positive. Oi, Macy, no, no, no. I'll do a picture of my line progression or like regression, I don't know, so that you can see what my test strips look like throughout the chemical process. And I'll put up a picture of my Fertility Friend chart where my temperature dropped. And that's it. Stay tuned, guys. Like and subscribe if you would like. I would love to have you along on my journey. If you have a TTC channel, please let me know in the comments, because I'm all about surrounding myself with people who are going through this fun, exciting, sometimes sad, sometimes difficult, but really exhilarating process as well. So, bye.